dance is the ancient art of belly dancing as taught by Chamila.
Very old custom to play fingerstone. Ancient times. They played them in various sizes. Some one on each hand, and some 3 women in a row playing them on each other. You couldn't have 4 because they were too big, so you'd have 2 on each hand, and they'd be playing them on each other's cymbal. But then also they used them in the Coptic church, and the Ethiopian church, and also the sistrum, the ancient symbol of Isis, is still used by the Ethiopians. Well, I think that the women that did the dance were associated with a very early form of religion. And I think that no matter what, they were attached to a sect that did dance in the name of deity, a female deity. And we all know that the female deity was the first goddess, and that she was all-powerful for at least 4,000 years, and she was very influential in the early religions also, up to the present day. The origin of the dance is originally ritualistic, and then when any ritual becomes outdated or is thought to be not acceptable by another culture, then the ritual becomes like a dance pantomime, and from a dance pantomime goes into the realm of becoming a dance. It's like the dancers that were exported for ritualistic purposes adapted some of the dialects, dance dialects of the areas that they went to. If they came from the Tigris-Euphrates area and went to Spain, they adapted some of the Spanish ways, and if they went to North Africa, they became more North African. And I had a chance to dance with top Turkish dancers, Algerian dancers, Egyptian dancers, and what I am teaching now is a composite of some of the best dancers I've ever seen. I think it originated in Mesopotamia, and I think it comes from an imitation of childbearing. I think that it comes from, watching the stomach in child labor. And I think that it's an imitation of giving birth. I think the original portion of the dance is the center portion.
Uh-huh. You mentioned something about coins were a symbol of a woman's wealth, or
Well, when a girl started to dance, usually she was instructed just visually and orally, in the dance, and when she reached the age of puberty is when she actually became a professional dancer, which would have been 12, 13, 14 years old. And in that she was dancing for a public that knew that the way she was compensated was to reward her with money, they would throw coins or, give coins. And usually the coins were Venetian sequins, which incidentally are not sequins as we know them, but rather gold coins, solid gold, Italian minted coins, and also silver coins. And nothing else, nothing less. I mean, they would have gold stomachers, and that would be 22-karat gold.
Where would you like to take belly dancing in this country?
Well, I think that if every teacher that teaches belly dancing takes the dance really seriously and thinks of it in the same way that you would think of ballet or the classical dance of Bal-Anat or any higher form of modern dance, there are levels of achievement. And I think that my primary interest is raising the level of the dance so that it becomes a very difficult but truly artistic dance art form. And I think that I've produced a couple of dancers that are doing this, and they too like a science. They take what I give them, and because they're younger, more inspired, more member, they do it better, and they go on from there to do it better and even better and even better.
Okay, so the standing position, feet good and far apart, so you're close to the ground to start with. Knees good and bent. Don't stop yourself in midair. Look up, one hand up, one hand down. When you decide to go, start to go down. Push up. Yeah. But remember, your back is not arched. Your body is straight. It's not an arch. Your body is straight, completely straight.
Oh, when you're going up? I mean,
When you
you're down
start
like
to
this,
fall.
it's not arch loop.
No, if you arch while you're going down, you're throwing your weight back. You don't want to arch. You want to sit. You want to sit and keep looking up so that has a very interesting background because there were many people that contributed to the sword dance, and upon investigation you find that most of the swords that these girls have are sabers from the Turkish occupation, sabers, and these girls would make it a practice to secure somehow from the military the swords and use it to balance on their heads. The sword dance, to my knowledge, is not in use now in Egypt. I've heard that there are dancers that dance with swords, but not really popularly. I think that we have revived it and encouraged it in the United States, so now it's become a competition to see how much you can do with the sword. Positive and negative forms as the religion became very sophisticated. Our snake dance is patterned after the Cretan mother goddess, or the Cretan goddess with the adders. We don't use adders because that would be one fantastic finale. Originally, the tattoos were
tribal identification and also mystical significance. They were magical, religious significance, ward off the evil eye kind of thing. And then now I think mostly the tattoo is beautification. But of course it isn't being done very much anymore because it's considered a barbaric practice. At one time all of the females from particular tribes had tattoos on both cheeks and the chin and the forehead. Bal-Anat is a combination of two words. It's a French word and also it's a Mesopotamian word. Anat was the benevolent mother goddess, and we would like to think that this is a positive thought. She was a patroness of women in labor. And Baal, even though it sounds like the god Baal, it's not with two A's, it's just with one, B-A-L. And so it just means the dance of the mother goddess, Anat. Again, comes from a folk dance in imitation of the girls going from the town to the well or, to the river to get water to go back. I think they've made folk dances out of almost everything. Washing the clothes, carrying the water, having the baby.
bike was born in 1953. She's 22 years old and it's my wife. We've been married for about 9 years now. She didn't always look like that. She used to be yellow. But she came from Los Angeles, California. You can probably tell by the typical Los Angeles, California style. She's from the hills. God bless the beach. And all my brothers helped me put her together. They love me. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here today. God bless Lady Lonnie and all the people inviting me to this fine party. I'll come back to Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz 17.
Go ahead, 17.
I'll be turning around 41st Avenue and Highway 1 in an attempt to stop northbound Highway 1 towards the city. 2 subjects wearing black jackets on choppers.
10417, KV 405, 1317 hours.
Also, these guys look like they may be part of the crew that intelligence was talking about this morning. I'll be attempting a 904 on these choppers, Fairmount and Bransford in the city.
10413 and 17. Be advised, CHP has had reports from their summit units of some 40 to 50 choppers filtering into the area southbound on Highway 17. They're believed to be en route to the Larkin Valley area. This information is relayed from CHP Intelligence Unit.
17 check. I've got my red lights on now and they've failed to stop for the last half mile. I'll be using my siren to clear traffic. Santa Cruz 17936A on 2. Number 1, last name Partlow, Paul, Adam, Robert, Tom, Lincoln, Ocean, William. First name Lon with 2 N's, middle name Earl. DOB 21747. Also deal status on K King 650297.
10-4, go ahead with number 2.
Number 2, last name same as number 1. First name Gary. DOB 12445. Deal status on K King 0365458. Also run these guys all the way around.
17 D304. Your subject number 1 has an AKA of Late Lonnie. He's a biker that lives out on Bransford Drive and has those weekend parties, and we're always going out.
And 10-4 D307, correction D304. Apparently this other guy's his brother. They've both been in the Santa Cruz area a long time.
Check. I've been in contact with CHP intelligence officers. They believe that a large group of some 50 to 60 bikers are en route to subject Partlow's house for a weekend party. See what you can find out from your stop.
10-4.
Santa Cruz.
Go ahead.
Both subjects are code 4, local PNN class.
17 check. D30417.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just went by Partlow's house on Bransford Drive. Everything appears to be pretty quiet. The only thing I observed were the 2 bikes we ran through earlier.
Check. Keep an eye on the place throughout the day and let us know if any increased activity occurs.
10-4.
Santa Cruz copies, KV 405.
Yeah, a lot of the bike people, they want to be free, you know, and the whole society is putting a burden on them and not letting them be like they want to be, protecting them for their own good or for the good of society or who knows what the fuck.
It's like the helmet law, you know.
Yeah.
That's saying, you know, let those ride decide, which is true. There's so many different trips, you know. People that want to wear them, let them. If you want to wear one, go right ahead. If I don't, you know, I shouldn't be able to.
Hordes of bikers rolled into San Francisco, all headed toward the Federal Building. There they were, 1,000 strong. Hogs and choppers from all over the state. The police quietly observed nearby. The bikers had a serious reason for meeting like this. They came to protest legislation that would make it mandatory for motorcyclists to wear helmets. They say they don't want to be forced to wear them. California happens to be one of the last states in the nation without a helmet law. Their lobbyist, Ron Roloff, announced that California now is being pressured by the Department of Transportation. He told the crowd if the state does not pass a mandatory helmet law, it stands to lose 10% of its highway tax funds.
The Department of Transportation is threatening to withhold $47 million of federal funds from California for our failure not to have a helmet law. The problem involved is this. It's not the issue of the helmet, but the problem involved is the issue of the tactic being used. Blackmail. Blackmail that will be used against all citizens in relation to seat belts, in relation to vehicle inspections annually, and who knows what else the Department of Transportation will use it for.
Like the cowboys. I guess that would be the closest thing we could come to being. Where they slowly got pushed out of existence by civilization, crowded them out. They fenced in their range. Okay, they're trying to fence us in by all of their laws and their regulations.
It's like the cowboys and Indians all over again. It seems to be like Robin Hood a little bit. They're really the good guys. A lot of them think that way, or they're really the bad guys, or they're good to each other. Maybe they're the bad guys to society.
There's only two types of bikers: the people that ride bikes and the people that wish they rode bikes. I say that phrase as like, you got the guys that walk around the streets wearing Harley patches on their backs. They drive in cars with stickers on all over their windows, and they advertise a lot about riding, but none of them do. The people that ride are more dedicated to it. They are continuously riding and they're tripping. And that's basically what it is.
Harley Davidson has really become image conscious in the last 5 years, and they've designed a couple models of motorcycles that simulate what a lot of people have worked really hard to develop.
Is that Dick Allen?
Yeah, like that. That's a Dick Allen.
Santa Cruz unit. CHP reports large group of chopper-type motorcycles entering Highway 1 southbound from Morrissey Boulevard.
Santa Cruz D304.
Go ahead, D304.
Check, I'm northbound on Highway 1 at Capitola off-ramp. A large group of choppers just passed me going south on Highway 1. I'll be turning around at 41st Avenue to observe this group at some distance.
Check D304. Be advised the Sheriff's Office has an undercover unit following that same group. They request we don't interfere with the movement of the group until after they reach their destination. Destination is believed to be on Halton Lane in the Larkin Valley area.
10-4.
A lot of the mystique that surrounds custom motorcycle riders and that group of people is created by the people on purpose as sort of a buffer to separate themselves from the people they want to be apart from, which is the rest of society. Not let that element in to take a good look at them.
One night we decided, that maybe we ought to have a northern tattoo. Like they have a tattoo in LA that a lot of brothers have from LA. So we figured we'd have a northern tattoo. and we came up with this one. Don, we actually told Don what we wanted, and he drew it out. And it came out, I thought it came out of sight. And we made a list of people that was supposed to get it. And like half the people never got it because Don closed the shop and left.
What do the words mean? Who came up with the words?
We all did. But see, well, Delbert don't have the same words. Like, Delbert's got his own words in. And like, you know, the tattoo is just a tattoo that your brothers have. You can know, identify it as our tattoo, but yet it's each individual's tattoo.
My reason for my tattoo is I didn't like my scar, and I saw my girlfriend's mother have, she was the first lady I ever seen that had a tattoo. And I thought that was really neat and different, and I've always tried to be different. I don't like to be like anybody else.
Yeah.
And I graduated in '64, and it was years after that. I still thought about it, but I never saw a tattoo artist, anybody's work before that I really liked till I seen my brother-in-law's, and I saw this other friend, friend of mine, she had a little rose, and I thought that's all I wanted was something to cover a scar, nothing gaudy, something dainty. And then I just got it done. Yeah, I don't have no image behind it. The rose, I just like roses.
Some of the mystique comes from just not understanding certain rules that exist within the culture, like you don't snitch off anybody at all. Well, maybe another one is you don't let your women get hurt. If there's a problem, you take care of the women first to make sure that they're safe.
I don't know, I just drew it out and did it. I made a wallet for him just similar to it, and he wanted some embroidered on his jacket, so I just put it on there like that.
Really? That's really beautiful.
Thank you. His wallet, I did the same trip, and he went and put some oil on it, ruined it, scrubbed it all out.
You embroidered on his wallet?
No, I tooled his wallet the same way with, leather tooling.
It's like a subculture with its own laws, its own rules, its own punishments. Things get taken care of. People that are good people are rewarded, and people that are two-faced and dishonest within that culture, they get what's coming to them, whether it's just ostracism or whatever. People on the outside could make a lot of generalizations and things that wouldn't necessarily be true. They could say something like they're all rowdy, they rape, they murder.
There's the circus people, man, So they stop, they slow down, hey, fucking causing accidents, here comes the fucking cops, what's happening? One little breakdown gets everybody in trouble.
Why do you think that happened? Who did you tattoo? Circus people, why'd you say that?
Well, because the other people were like oddballs. We don't belong in this society normally.
Where? Yep. Well, how do you feel about yourself? What do you think about yourself?
I think we're the greatest people that there is. We're here, we're doing it, and we're enjoying it. It's been a good trip while it's lasted. I hope it lasts longer.
Hey, really?
I don't think any of us have any regrets.
Anybody rides motorcycles, calm bond with each other. Because it's not easy. Because you can suffer a lot of harassment. People look down on you. Because you got to be a tramp. And they don't understand what it's like to live, breathe, bleed motorcycle parts. To ride that bad devil right into the box.
Brother Fred, who rode hard and liked living hard. You knew the law of your being and lived your life in your own way. We'll all miss you, and this, brother, is our last tribute to you. It is true that the life worth living for is worth suffering for. Fear not of a world such as this one, and you will be strong. Being a good and fair brother, we know goodness and fairness are eternally yours. And knowing how much you love to ride, and knowing how you lived for what you love, we know you will now ride along the eternal highways of our beings, now that you are free of this confining world, free to join our other brothers of the past. We know all of you will continue to ride and spread your being throughout the universe.
Put him away in a pine box. Isn't that unusual in this day and age? You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, if you knew Fred, that's the way Fred was. He just didn't fit in the coffin. We went over and looked at all the coffins, looked at their $2,000 bronze, all the way down to their $400 just plain casket, and he just didn't fit. And he fit that coffin. It was made for him.
I think it would be better to die after a shorter, more productive, more intense life than after a long, bland one.
See, I believe in God, and never says anything about they don't allow motorcycles in heaven.
The jailer in the jail that I was at, and he was the only cop when I got shipped out to Vacaville that came on his day off.
Hey, you're all right, people. All right.
About him alive.
Watch his life.
You're okay. You guys, you're really cute, all of you. You want an autograph?
I want to put the cuffs on him.
I probably got that one somewhere.
We want to do this on film. We want to do this on film.
What?
Move back. I'm busting Carl.
Hey, there's no keys. There's no keys.
Oh, yeah, you're a butcher, John. You don't know how to do it. Oh, here. Here.
I got him.
Here. He's got the keys. Hey, Liz, give him a big kiss. Give him a big kiss, Liz.
Carl, you're in trouble.
Hey, the DO's gonna love this.
He's cold.
Name and number will blackmail us on later.
No, he'll bust me. Yeah, you guys want? All right, now, let's talk my talk.
You're probably worth. Hey, what are you good for?
Next time, save, you little tickle worm, you. Hey, he's right on.
Safe. Compared to what? Stock bikes?
Compared to a stock motorcycle.
I think it's safer. Because I feel that I can maneuver, in fact, I know I can maneuver my bike, or almost any, no, I shouldn't say any bike, but I know I can maneuver my bikes
that I've made a lot better than I can maneuver any stock bike.
Are your bikes different than other people's bikes? Is there something in that, like each person's bike? They all look the same to me. They all have a front end, they all have a sissy bar.
Yeah, but each one is like a personal statement. The person, when they get done building the bike, is attempting to say something like, look at this, I made this. It's like everybody wants to be creative. That's a whole world of creativity in itself.
Building your own bike.
Building your own bike. You got limitations. In fact, a lot of guys don't know how to paint. You can't chrome it yourself unless you work in a chrome shop. But you can design it. You can mold it. You can buy or make the parts that you know that you want to make it look how you want it to look. And when you get done, you've got an individual statement. Just saying, look, this is what I like.
Is that important to you?
Sure, I think it's important to everybody to create something and be able to show other people, say, look, this is, I did this. There was nobody else. It was me. I did this. You like it? Well, if you don't like it, too bad. It's what I did anyway. Get on a Harley Davidson, it feels powerful, but it's a kind of a power that's is like a rumbling thunder.
There's no question about the fact that you're being noticed, and if you like what you're doing, then you probably like being noticed.
Right. Well, that's great though. I mean, it's something that's it's kind of an egotistical thing, I would say. In fact, I know it is.
Riding a bike like that?
Sure. People stand up and take notice. It's one way of getting attention. It's a thing of, look at this, I've made this, the power in this thing, you've heard about it, but you don't know about it until you've tried it.
Yeah, once you do it, you'll never want to do anything else. Maybe a lot of people are afraid to do it because of that. Once you're going down the road like that, and the wind's blowing in your hair and shit, and you're just cooking, your motorcycle's running good, you don't want to do anything else at all. About just riding your motorcycle and having a good time. That's what it's all about. That's the whole idea, man. That's what, there's something there with two wheels that goes, you get on it and you ride it, man. That's what's happening right there.
What do you think about your daddy riding a motorcycle?
I think it's fun to ride with him. Ding dong, ding dong. Except he shouldn't go fast because he always gets arrested. But he beats the case almost always.
Sorry, what do you think about Daddy?
Love me.